What doth it do, all of you witches, you warlocks, you beautiful bad biddies? What it do, what it do? What's up, handsome? How are you doing? How are you doing? Listen, today exciting things are happening. Exciting things are happening. First of all, I did back, felt fucking fantastic. Moving weight, if you want to call it that. I'm moving fucking weight. But today is Wacky Wednesday, baby. Today's motherfucking Wacky Wednesday. Today we're going to be reading a new book. But before we get into it, I got to clean my glasses. You already know the spiel. You already know the routine. You already know what it bring and what it do. All right? I want to clean my glasses so that I may see all of you beautifuls clearly, without any distortion or speck or grime or anything. I want to enjoy all of you fully, unkempt, uncaged, unfiltered. I don't know. I'm saying a lot of unwords. I don't know if they. I'm trying to get in the headspace for reading out loud. All right, we're starting a new book tonight. And I don't remember who it was in my life, but somebody said, I think something about this book. Maybe it was a long time ago. Maybe it was recently. I don't know if they were excited about the series. I don't know if they read the book. Whatever it may be, somebody at some point in my life, I remember them saying something about this novel and this series, and they were very excited about it. So I figured, why not, for Wacky Wednesdays, getting learned-ted and learning how to read, why don't we start something a little funky? Why don't we start, but listen, Quan Mills, we love Quan Mills. We love Quan Mills all the way. But why don't we actually sink our teeth into some, like, longevity, right? So that's what we're doing today. Pinky's out, pinky's out. I got a protein shake, like I said. Just finished the gym, hopped out the shower. I'm moisturized. I got product in the beard. I got product in the hair. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. Pinky's out to all you beautifuls. Delightful. We're doing vanilla today. Pinky's out to that. But all right, let's get into it. We've got a little bit of music in the background. We'll put a little bit of music in the background because we all like a little bit of music. And then today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going, let me get TikTok up and going. Hold on a second now. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be reading The Fourth Wing, The Empyrean. Dun dun dun! Like I said, I don't remember who it was. Hold on. Let me move some stuff around. Let me get rid of that because I want everybody to be able to see. Hold on. Also, let me get rid of this too. Let me get rid of that because we don't need that. We don't need that right now. But we are going to be starting a brand new novel tonight. And I don't know how far we're going to get. I'm having a good day today. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I had a little bit of a manic session this morning. I got hit with the reality that, you know, I put a lot of work into myself. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm A-okay existing by myself. However, I think we all primitively want to exist with somebody in a sort of intimate fashion. That's all I'm gonna say. So I had a little bit of a manic. No, it wasn't a bad mental health day. No. I should have led with that one. That's my bad. That's on me. It wasn't a bad mental health day. I felt great. It lasted all about, like, you know, maybe 10 minutes, maybe even less. But I had a little bit of a manic episode where I was just like, damn, dog, like I'm gonna be I don't even want to say it out loud. I'm going to be 35 years old, okay? And I'm trying to exist with a bad bitch in a capacity where, like, I can sip my motherfucking sweet tea and just look at her lovingly. Right? Like, that's where I was. I was in the weeds. I was like, fuck, man, I want to exist with somebody and I want to build with somebody. right? Like I've done the work myself. Like I'm very confident in myself, but now I want to hold hands with somebody and I want to exist with them in a sort of intimate capacity, right? Like I want to be in the same room with them. I want to watch them lovingly as they do little things, like do little things. You know what I mean? Like I want to fucking watch them read. I want to look at them like they are the bonfire to my rest. That's how I want to look at somebody. I want to look at somebody and I want to exist with them like they are the most special place to me. And that's where my manic episode came in, because I was like, fuck, man, I'm gonna be 35 in like 6 months. And then once I really once I put the 6 months on it, I was just like, oh my God. That's when I really started to panic, dog. Like that's when panic started getting in. I was like, brother, I gotta like put out my feelers now. I gotta get some prospects going, because what's going on here? Where are my prospects? Where are all these bad bitches that, you know, got a crush on me? You better, it's good. Let's do the dishes together. I'll wash them, you dry. Let's do something like that. That's the type of environment that I wanted to get into. And, you know, that's where the manic hit me. So shout out to all the people that, you know what? I'm putting my fucking finger in everybody's face. Shout out to everybody that did not, you know, did not reach out. If you have a crush on me, the time has sailed. That gap has closed. There will be, I am not taking any applications. You're gonna have to catch me on another manic moment. That's all I gotta say. So if you're in the weeds and you know, you got a crush on me and you're like, damn, I really, you know, I'm not getting any younger. I've been fucking with this man's energy for a while. You should have spoke your piece. You know, shit happens fast. Shit happens fast when you're unmedicated and you are living in a whirlwind of just pure chaotic energy. Shit happens fast. So, you know. But there's a good chance that it would happen again. I'm not even gonna say, like, the chances of me coming to the realization that I crave somebody in that sort of fashion again is very high. So, you know, if you've been biting your tongue about feelings or, you know, stuff towards me, you just know there might be another time. Pinkies out to that. Oh, this is 40. Also, I'm very proud of myself. I am extremely under my calorie goal for the day. Very, very proud of myself, and I feel fine. I feel fine, by the way. So I think after this this shake, I'll be at like 1,000 calories consumed for the day. Which, hey, listen, for anybody else, that might not be healthy, but for me, a big bitch, I got a lot of resources on my body clinging to my ribs. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, anyway, that's it. That's what we're doing. Now we're gonna start reading. Is the music too much? Y'all gotta let me know. How do we feel about the music? Are we turning off the music? Are we gonna just have it like a little bit in the background while I'm reading? How do you feel? How do you feel about this? I feel you, man. Hopefully all I have to say is that I'm 42, but I feel you. Hey, listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. Listen, like I said, it was just one of those moments, right? And it was fine until I actively put like the number of months that I'm on 35. That's why I hit up. Listen, I got a best friend. Her name is Elmo, and like we made a pact that if by 35, both of us are still single. I was like, and I hit her up today. I was like, bitch, how the fuck are we supposed to get married if you fucking don't talk to me? I'm busting her balls, by the way. Like that. let me put that out there. I'm busting her balls. That isn't like, you know, a fucking an ultimatum or anything like that. I was just busting her balls. But let me know as people trickle in how you feel about the music. But we're definitely gonna start reading. All right, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm always nervous when I read, but like, you know, I'm fucking extra nervous now. God, man. And again, I don't know who it was that recommended this book. A, recommended it. B, was excited about this book. Or C, was all about the series. I don't know. But shout out to whoever showed that interest in my life. I'm going to be reading The Fourth Wing, The Empyrean, today. We're going to be trying to get a little bit far. Don't be nervous, Pookie. No, I'm always nervous, Shauna. Come on now. Come on now. I got everything going against me. First of all, I can't read. That's number one. Secondly, I'm not a very fucking well-spoken man. And those are two things that you kind of need to read out loud well. But I'll be fine. I'll be fine. All right. All right. So here we go. Chapter 1. A dragon without its rider is a tragedy. A rider without their dragon is dead. True facts. Write that down. Article 1. Oh, I don't need to read that. Oh, yeah. Article 1, Section 1. The Dragon Riders Codex. I do have a good, strong back. You're absolutely fucking right. You know what? One day, I don't know when it's going to be, but I will be posting progress pictures. I did on my TikTok a long time ago, but this was like fucking like 4, 5, 6, 7 months ago. I'm about to do a progress update on my fitness journey. So you will be able to see the strength that I have in my back. Okay. Chapter 1, Conscription Day, is always the deadliest. Maybe that's why the sunrise is especially beautiful this morning, because I know it might be my last. I tighten the straps of my heavy canvas rucksack, the trudge of the wide staircase of the stone fortress I call home. My chest heaves with exertion, my lungs burning by the time I reach the stone corridor leading to the General Sorengale's office. I killed that, by the way. I killed that. Sorengale's? You can't see it in the abyss that I have right now, but I patted my own back. I patted my own back. Just write that down. Write that down. I killed that. Very proud of that. Very proud of that. Hold on, let me pinkies out for y'all. Always stay hydrated. All right, Sorengale's office. This is what 6 months of intense physical training has given me. The ability to barely climb 6 flights of stairs with a 30-pound pack. I'm so fucked. The thousands of 20-year-olds waiting outside the gate to enter their chosen quadrants for the service are the smartest and the strongest in Naviri. Naviri? Navery? Navery? Navery. Navery. I'm gonna go with Navery. Because it's an A. So it's like a Navery, Navery. Navari, I don't know. One of those. One of those is Navare. Navare. Thank you, Shauna. That's why we're fucking talking about. Hundreds of them have been preparing for the Riders Quadrant, the chance to become one of the elite since birth. I've had exactly 6 months. The expressionless guards lining the wide hallway at the top of the landing avoid my eyes as I pass. But that's nothing new. Besides, being ignored is the best possible scenario for me. Basgiath War College isn't known for being kind to, well, anyone, even those of us whose mothers are in command. Every Navarian officer, whether they chose to be schooled as healers, scribes, infantry, or riders, is molded within these cruel walls over 3 years, honed into weapons to secure our mountainous borders from the violent invasion attempts of the kingdoms of Poromil, and their Griffin riders. The weak don't survive here, especially not in the Riders Quadrant. The dragons make sure of that. You're sending her to die. A familiar voice thunders through the general's thick wooden doors. I gasp. There's only one woman in the continent foolish enough to raise her voice to the general, but she's supposed to be on the border with the Eastern Wing, Mira. There's a muffled response from the office as I reach for the door handle. She doesn't stand a chance, Mira shouts, as I force the heavy door open and the weight of my pack shifts forward, nearly taking me down. Shit. The general curses from behind her desk, and I grab onto the back of the crimson upholstered couch to catch my bounce. Damn it, Mom. She can't even handle her rucksack. Mira snaps, rushing to my side. I'm fine. My cheeks heat with mortification as I force myself upright. She's been back for 5 minutes and already trying to save me. Because you need saving, you fool. I don't want this. I don't want any part of this Riders Quadrant shit. It's not like I have a death wish. I would have been better off failing the administration test to Bashgaith, and going straight to the army with the majority of conscripts. But I can handle my rucksack. I can handle myself. Oh, Violet. Worried brown eyes look down at me as strong hands brace my shoulders. Hi, Mira. A smile tugs the corner of my mouth. She might be here to say her goodbyes, but I'm just glad to see my sister for the first time in years. Her eyes soften, and her fingers flex as my shoulders, on my shoulders, like she might pull me into a hug, but she steps back and turns to stand at my side, facing our mother. You can't do this. It's already done. Mother shrugs, the lines of her fitted black uniform rising and falling with emotion. I scoff. So much for hope of a reprieve. Not that I ever should have expected or even hoped for. An ounce of misery from a woman who's been made famous for her lack of it. Then undo it. Mira sees. She spent her whole life training to become a scribe. She wasn't raised to be a rider. Well, she certainly isn't you. Is she, Lieutenant Sorngale? Mom braces her hand on the immaculate surface of her desk and leans in slightly as she stands, looking over with narrowed, appraising eyes that mirror the dragons carved into the furniture's massive legs. I don't need the prohibited powers of mind reading to know exactly what she sees. At 26 years old, Mira's a younger version of our mother. She's tall, with strong, powerful muscles, tones from years of sparring and hundreds of hours spent on the back of her dragon. Her skin practically glows with health, and her golden brown hair is sheared short for combat in the same style as Mom's. But more than looks, she carries the same arrogance, the unwavering conviction that she belongs in the sky. She's a rider through and through. She's everything I'm not, and the disappointing shake of Mom's head says she agrees. I'm too short, too frail. What curves I do have should be muscle, and my treacherous body makes me embarrassingly vulnerable. Mom walks towards us, her polished black boots gleaming in the mage lights that flicker from the scones. She picks up the end of her long braids, scoffs at the section just above my shoulders, where the brown strands start to lose their warmth of color and slowly fade to a steely, metallic silver by the ends, and then drops it. Pale skin, pale eyes, pale hair. Her gaze siphons every ounce of my confidence down to the marrow in my bones. It's like that fever stole all of your color along with your strength. Grief flashes through her eyes and her brows furrow. I told him not to keep you in that library. It's not the first time I've heard her curse of the weakness that nearly killed her while she was pregnant with me, or the library dad made my second home once she'd been stationed here at Basgath as an instructor and he as a scribe. I love that library, I countered. It's been more than a year since his heart finally failed, and the archives are still the only place that feels like home in this giant fortress. The only place where I still feel my father's presence. Spoken like the daughter of a scribe, Mom says quietly, and I see it. The woman she was while Dad was alive, softer, kinder, at least for family. I am the daughter of a scribe. My back screams at me, so I let my pack slip from my shoulders, guiding it to the floor, and take my first full breath since leaving my room. Mom blinks, and that softer woman is gone, leaving only the general. You're the daughter of a rider. You are 20 years old, and today is conscription day. I let you finish your tutoring, but like I told you last spring, I will not watch one of my children enter the scribe's quadrant violent. I will not watch one of my children enter the scribe's quadrant violent. Okay. We're learning names. Because scribes are so far beneath riders, I grumble. Knowing perfectly well that riders are the top of society in military hierarchy. It helps that their bonded dragons roast people for fun. Yes, her customary composer slips. And if you dare walk into the tunnel towards the scribe quadrant today, I will rip you out by your ridiculous braid and put you on the parapet myself. Parapet. On the parapet myself. My stomach turns over. Dad wouldn't want this, Mira argues, color flashing up her neck. I loved your father, but he's dead. Mom says as if giving the weather report. I doubt he wants much these days. Damn, dog. Yo, listen, where the mother at? I want the mother. I am reading The Fourth Wing. Yes, ma'am. I suck in a breath, but I keep my mouth shut. Arguing will get me nowhere. She never listens to a damned thing I've had to say before, and today is no different. Sending Violent into the Rider's Quadrant is tantamount to a death sentence. Guess Mira isn't done arguing. Mira's never done arguing with Mom. Sorry, I fucking skipped a sentence there. My bad. Listen, I don't know how to read. I'm trying my best, all right? Mira's never done arguing with Mom, and the frustrating thing about it is that the mom has always respected her for it. Double standard for the win. She's not strong enough, Mom. She's already broken her arm this year. She sprains some joints every other week, and she's not tall enough to mount any dragon big enough to keep her alive in a battle. Okay. Seriously, Mira, what the hell? My fingernails bite into my palms as I curl my hands into fists. Knowing my chances of survival are minimum is one thing. Having my sister throw inadequacies in my face is another. Are you calling me weak? No. Mira squeezes my hand. Just fragile. That's not any better. Dragons don't bond fragile women. They incinerate them. So she's small. Mom scans me up and down, taking in the generous fit of the cream belted tunic and pants I selected this morning for my potential execution. I snort. Are you just listing my faults now? I never said it was a fault. Mom turns to my sister. Mira, Violet deals with more pain before lunch than you do in an entire week. If any of my children is capable of surviving the Rider's Quadrant, it's her. This is what we're talking about. Listen, Mama might be a little bit rough around the edges, but she fucks with it though. My eyebrows rise. That sounded an awful lot like a compliment, but with Mom, I'm never quite sure. How many rider candidates die on conscription day? Mom, 40, 50? Are you that eager to bury another child? Mere seas. I cringe as the temperature in the room pummets. Listen, I'm doing all right. I'm doing a lot better than I was fucking two weeks ago, all right? Courtesy of Mom's storm-wielding signet power she channels through her dragon. Aemir? That is not how you say that. It's Norse. It's got like a Norse feel to it. Aemir? I don't know. That aim sir does not sound correct. That's just fucking saying the two words and separating them. It's funky. It's got like a Norse feel, like Amosur, or you know, something like that. Amosur. 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 Got it. Got it. My chest tightens at the memory of my brother. No one has dared to mention Brennan or his dragon in 5 years since they died fighting the Tirish rebellion in the south. Mom tolerates me and respects Mira, but she loved Brennan. Dad did too. His chest pain started right after Brennan's death. My mom's jaws tighten, and her eyes threaten retribution as she glares at Mira. My sister swallows, but holds her own in the staring competition. Mom, I start. She didn't mean, get out, Lieutenant. Mom's words are soft puffs of steam in the frigid office. Before I report you're absent from your unit without leave. Damn! Mira straightens her composure, nods once, and pivots with military precision, then strides for the door without another word, grabbing a small rucksack on the way out. It's the first time Mom and I have been alone in months. Her eyes meet mine, and the temperature rises as she takes a deep breath. You scored in the top quarter for speed and agility during the entrance exam. You'll do fine. All Soren Gales do just fine. She skims the back of her fingers down my cheek, barely grazing my skin. So much like your father, she whispers before clearing her throat and backing up a few steps. Guess there was no... What the fuck? Meritorious Service Awards for emotional... Meritorious? Meritorious? Meritorious Service Awards for emotional availability. What the fuck? Okay. I won't be able to acknowledge you for the next 3 years, she says, sitting back on the edge of her desk. Since, as a commanding general of the Bashgaith, I will be your far superior officer. I know. It's the least of my concerns, considering she barely acknowledges me now. You won't get any special treatment just because you're my daughter, either. If anything, they'll come after you harder and make you prove yourself. She arches an eyebrow. Well aware. Good thing I've been training with Major Gilstead for the last several months since Mom made her decree. She sighs and forces a smile. Then I guess I'll see you at the valley, at threshing candidate. Though you'll be a cadet by sunset, I suppose, or dead. Neither of us says it. Good luck, candidate Sorngale. She moves back behind her desk. Excuse me, my eyes. Effectively dismissing me. Thank you, General. I heft my pack onto my shoulders and walk out of the office. A guard closes the door behind me. She's batshit crazy, Mira says from the center of the hallway, between where two guards are positioned. They'll tell her you said that. Like they don't already know. She grinds out through clutch teeth. Let's go. We only have an hour before our candidates have to report, and I saw thousands waiting outside the gate when I flew over. She starts walking. Oh my God! She starts walking, leading me down the staircase, stone staircase, and through the hallways to my room. Well, it was my room. In the 30 minutes I've been gone, all of my personal items have been packed into crates. Excuse me. That now sit stacked in the corner. My stomach sinks to the hardwood floor. She had my entire life boxed. She's fucking effective. Efficient. She's fucking efficient. I'll give you that. Mira mutters before turning my way. her gaze passing over me in an open assessment. Ah! My eyes, man, my eyes are fucking dry, dog. In an open assessment, I was hoping I'd be able to talk her out of it. You were never meant for the rider's quadrant. So you've mentioned. I lift an eyebrow at her repeatedly. Sorry, she winces, dropping to the ground and emptying her pack. What are you doing? Oh, fuck me, man. What Brennan did for me, she says softly. The grief lodges in my throat. Can you use a sword? I shake my head. Too heavy. I'm pretty quick with daggers, though. Really damned quick. Lightning quick. What I lack in strength, I make up for it in speed. Dexterity. Listen, there ain't nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with being a little bit of a rogue. Stab, 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 baby. I figured. Good. Now drop your pack and take off those horrible boots. She sorts through the items she brought, handing me new boots and a black uniform. Put these on. What's wrong with my pack? I asked, but dropped my rucksack anyway. Fuck my eyes, man. They're so dry. She immediately opens it, ripping out everything I've carefully packed. Mira, that took me all night. You're carrying way too much, and your boots are a death trap. You'll slip right off the parapet with those smooth soles. I had a set of rubber bottom rider boots made for you just in case. And this, my dear Violet, is the worst case. Books start flying, landing in the vicinity of the crate. Hey, I can only take what I can carry. And I want those. God, man. Mira sounds like a dream. Why? I don't know, man. I like the mama. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do like me mean individuals that are soft and nice to, like, you know, select people. That's like my go-to thing. I lunge for the next books before she has a chance to toss it, barely managing to save my favorite collection of dark fables. Are you willing to die for it? She asked, her eyes turning hard. I can carry it. This is all wrong. I'm supposed to be dedicating my life to books, not throwing them in the corner to lighten my rucksack. No, you can't. You're barely thrice the weight of the pack. The parapet is roughly 18 inches wide, 200 feet above ground, and the last time I looked, those were rain clouds moving in. They're not going to give you a rain delay just because the bridge might get a little slick, sis. You'll fall. You'll die. Now, are you going to listen to me, or are you going to join the other dead cadets at tomorrow's roll call? There's no trace of my older sister in the rider before me. This woman is shrewd, cunning, and a touch of cruel. This is the woman who survived all 3 years and only one scar, the one her own dragon gave her during threshing. Ugh. Because that's all you'll be. Another tombstone, another name scorched in stone. Ditch the books. Dad gave this one to me. Murmur. I was on a ball. Brother, I was on a fucking ball. Fuck, man. I was on a fucking tear there for a minute. Murmur, pressing the book against my chest. Maybe it's childish, just a collection of stories that warm us against the lure of magic and even demonized dragons. But it's all I have left. She sighs. Is it the old book of folklore about the dark-wielding vermin and their wyvern? Haven't you read it 1,000 times already? Probably more. I admit. And they're not venin. They're not vermin. They're venin, not vermin. Dad and his allegories, she said. Ah, fuck. Just don't try to channel power without being a bonded rider, and the red-eyed monsters won't hide under your bed. waiting to snatch you away on their two-legged dragons to join their dark army. She retrieves the last book I packed from the rucksack and hands it to me. Ditch the books. Dad can't save you. He tried, I tried. Decide, Violet. Are you going to die as a scribe or live as a rider? I glance down at the books in my arm and I make my choice. You're a pain in the ass. I put the fables in the corner, but keep the other tome in my hands as I face my sister. A pain in the ass who is going to keep you alive. What's that one for? She challenges. Killing people. I hand it back to her. Listen, this is how a scribe kills people. Oh man, that's good. Hand it back to her. A slow smile spreads across her face. Good. You can keep that one. Now go get changed while I sort out the rest of this mess. The bell rings high above us. We have 45 minutes. I dress quickly, but everything feels like it belongs to someone else. Though it obviously tailored to my size, my tunic is replaced by a tight-fitted black shirt that covers my arms, and my breezy pants are exchanged for leather ones that hug every curve. Then she laces me into a vest-style corset over the shirt. Keeps it from rubbing, she explains. Like the gear riders wear into battle. Have to admit, the clothes are pretty badass, even if I feel like an imposter. Gods, this is really happening. It is happening. It is happening. It is indeed happening. Exactly, because that's what you're doing. Going into battle, the combination of leather and a fabric I don't recognize covers me from collarbone to just below my waist, wrapping over my breast and crossing up and over my shoulder. I finger the hidden sheath sewn diagonally along the ribcage. For your daggers. I only have 4. I grab them from a pile on the floor. You'll earn more. I slide my weapons into the sheaths as though my ribs themselves have become weapons. The design is ingenious. Between my ribs and the sheaths at my thigh, the blades are easily accessible. I barely recognize myself in the mirror. I look like a rider, I still feel like a scribe. Minutes later, half of what I packed is piled under the crates. She's repacking my rucksack, discarding anything deemed unnecessary and almost everything sentimental, while word vomit advice about how to survive in the quadrant. Then she surprised me by doing the most sentimental thing ever, telling me to sit between her knees so that she can braid my hair into a crown. It's like I'm a kid again instead of a full-grown woman, but I do it. What is this? I test the material just above my heart, scratching it with my fingernails, something I designed. She explained, tugging my brain painfully tight against my scalp. I had it specially made for you with tin scales sewn in to be careful, so be careful with it. Dragon scales. I jerk my head back to look at her. How? Tian is huge. I happen to know a rider whose powers can make big things very small. A devious smile plays across her lips, and smaller things much, much bigger. I roll my eyes. Mira always been more vocal about her men than I have been. About all 2 of them. I mean, how much bigger? She laughs and then tugs my braid. Head forward. You should have cut your hair. She pulls the strands tight against my head and resumes weaving. It's a liability in sparring and in battle, not to mention being a giant target. No one else's hair that fades out to silver like this, and they'll already be aiming for you. You know, heathen? I mean, I am. I don't know. That's not, you know, unknown information, but in what sense? In what sense am I being a heathen right now? I mean, I can co-sign it, but I just need to know why the heathenistic is coming out. You know very well the natural pigment seems to gradually abandon it no matter the length. My eyes are just as indecisive, a light hazel of varying blues and embers, and never seem to favor either actual color. Besides others than everyone else concerned for the shade, my hair is the only thing about me that's perfectly healthy. Cutting it would feel like I'm punishing my body for finally doing something well. And it's not like I feel the need to hide who I am. You're not. Miri yanks on my braid, pulling my head down, and our eyes lock. You're the smartest woman I know. Don't forget that. Your brain is your best weapon. Outsmart them, Violet. Do you hear me? I nod and she loosens her grip, then finishes the braid and pulls me to my feet as she continues to summarize years of knowledge into 15 hurried minutes, barely pausing to breathe. Be observant. Quiet is fine, but make sure you notice everything and everyone around you to your advantage. You read the codex a few times. The rulebook for Riders Quadrant is a fraction of a length of other divisions, probably because riders have trouble obeying rules. Good. Then you know the other riders can kill you at any time, and the cutthroat cadets will try. Fewer cadets means better odds at threshing. There are never enough dragons willing to bond, and anyone reckless enough to get themselves killed isn't worthy of a dragon anyway. Excuse me. Except when sleeping. It's an executable offense to attack any cadet while sleeping. Article 3. Yes, but that doesn't mean you're safe at night. Sleep in this if you can. She taps the stomach of my corset. Rider Black is supposed to be earned. You sure I shouldn't wear my tunic today? I skim my hands over the leather. God, my eyes are so fucking dry right now. The wind up on the parpet will catch any spare cloth like a sail. She hands me my now much lighter pack. The tighter your clothes, the better off you are up there. And if you in the ring, once you start sparring, wear the armor at all times. Keep your daggers on you at all times. She points to the sheaths down her thighs. Someone's going to say I didn't earn them. You're a Sorengale, she responds, as if that's the answer enough. Fuck what they say. I like that. I like what Miros is putting down. She says, fuck what you say. That's me. Fuck what they say. Fuck what they say. And if you don't think dragon scales are cheating, there's no such thing as cheating once you climb the turret. There's only survival and death. The bells chime. Only 30 minutes left. She swallows. It's almost time. Ready? No. Neither was I. A wild smile lifts the corners of her mouth, and I'd spend my life training for it. I'm not going to die today. I sling my pack over my shoulder and breathe a little easier than this morning. It's infinitely more manageable. The halls of the central administration part of the fortress are eerily quiet as we wind our way down through the various staircases, but the noise from the outside grows louder the lower we descend. Through the windows, I see thousands of candidates hugging their loved ones and saying their goodbyes on the grassy fields just beneath the main gate. From what I've witnessed every year, most families hold on their candidates right up to the very last bell. The 4 roads leading to the fortress are clogged with horses and wagons, especially where they converge in front of the college. But it's the empty ones at the end of the fields that make me nauseous. They're for the bodies. I knew it. They're the hearse wagons. They're for the bodies. Right before we round the last corner that will lead to the courtyard, Mir stops. What is oof? She yanks me against her chest, hugging me tight in the relatively privacy of the corridor. I love you, Violet. Remember everything I've told you. Don't become another name on the death roll. Her voice shakes, and I wrap my arms around her, squeezing tight. I'll be all right, I promise. She nods, her chin bumping against the top of my head. I know. Let's go. That's all she says before pulling away and walking into the crowded courtyard just inside the main gate of the fortress. Instructors, commanders, and even our mother are gathered informally, waiting for the madness outside the walls to become the order within. Out of all the doors in the War College, the main gate is the only one no cadet will enter today. Since each quadrant has its own entrance and facility. Hell, the riders have their own citadel. Pretentious, egotistical fucks. I follow Mira, catching her with a few quick strides. Find Dane Athos, Mira tells me as we cross through the courtyard, heading for the open gate. Dane. I can't help but smile at the thought of seeing Dane again, and my heart rate jumps. It's been a year, and I've missed his soft brown eyes and the way he laughs, the way every part of his body joins in. I've missed our friendship, and the moments I thought it might turn into more under the right circumstances. I missed the way he looks at me, like I'm somebody worth noticing. I've just missed him. I fucking love that. I fucking love that. I love that. That's me. That's me. That's what the fuck I want. That's the type. That's why I like listen. That's why I was having a fucking like during my early morning fucking manic episode about, you know, telling everybody that if they got a crush on me, they better speak up because I'm about to be 35 and I'm trying to start building my life. That's what I want. That's what I fucking want, man. I just that right there, all of that is what I crave. That is legitimately what I crave. Nothing about what I want is tied to anything fleshly. I just want to fuck with bad bitches, and I want to build with them, and I want to grow a garden with somebody. I've done the work on myself. I am very proud of myself. I want to exist with somebody. I want to build with them. I want to start living a life with them. That's what I want. But as I said now, that manic episode has passed. So if you got a crush on me, I'm no longer taking applications. You missed your window. You missed your window. What's up, handsome? Appreciate the love. Window has been closed. Window has been closed. All right. I've only been in the quadrant for 3 years, but from what I hear, he's doing well and he'll keep you safe. Don't smile like that. Mira chides. He'll be a second year. She shakes her finger at me. Don't mess around with second years. If you want to get laid, and you should, she lifts her brows, often considering you've never know what the day brings. Then screw around in your own year. Nothing is worse than cadets gossiping that you've slept your way to safety. So I'm free to take any of the first years I want to bed, I say with a little grin. Not just second or third years? Exactly, she winks. We cross through the gates, leaving the fortress and join the organized chaos beyond. Each of the Navari 6 Providence has sent this year's share of cadets for military service. Some volunteer, some are sentenced as punishment. Most are conscripted. The only thing we have in common here at the Basgate is that we passed the entrance exam. Both written in the agility test, I still cannot believe I passed, which means at least we won't end up as fodder for the infantry for the front line. Nav are Navari. Yeah, it's something like that. It's not like it's an interesting mix. It's an interesting mix. I don't quite know. I'm sure if somebody said it to me, I would have more. That's what really it is, right? Is like, I don't know if I've shared this story, but I'm telling it right now. Like, when I was younger, I had a speech problem. I did speech therapy, all that kind of stuff. So there are words that I cannot say by myself, but if somebody repeats them or like breaks them down syllable to syllable, I have an easier time speaking them. So like, I'm sure if somebody said that word to me, then it would take me a few tries, but it would register more. But reading it on my own, it's a you know, it's an interesting thing. The atmosphere is tense with anticipation as Mira leads me along the worn cobblestone path towards the southern turret. The main college is built into the side of Basgaith Mountain, as if it was cleaved from a ridgeline of the peak itself. The sprawling, formidable structure tower over the crowd of anxious, awaiting cadets and their fearful families, with its stories tall stone-based battlements. Oh my god, dog. Built to protect the high rise of the Basgaith. What the fuck? Basgaith? 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 I can't say that word. Basgaith. Basgaith? 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 I don't know. I'm gonna skip it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna just skip it. I'm gonna skip it. If it was cleaved from the ridgeline of the peak itself, the sprawling, formidable structures, tower, structure. Hold on. What the fuck, man? God. I'm an idiot. Basgaith. Basgaith? 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 Mountain? Bro, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Basgaith? Big Bazzy. I'm gonna call it Big Baz. That's it. That's what it's known as now. Built to protect the high rise of the keep within. The defensive turrets at each of its corners, one of which houses the bells. The majority of the crowd moves to line up at the base of the northern turret, the entrance of the infantry quadrant. Some of the mass heads towards the gate behind us, the healer quadrant that consumes the southern end of the college. Envy clenches my chest when I spot a few taking the central tunnel into the archives below the fortress to join the squad. The scribe quadrant. Fuck, man. The entrance to the riders quadrant is nothing more than a fortified door at the base of the tower, just like the infantry entrance to the north. But while the infantry cadets walk straight into their ground level quadrant, we riders quadrant candidates will climb. Mir and I join the riders line, waiting to sign in, and I make the mistake of glancing up high above us, crossing the river's bottom, the river bottom valley that divides the main college from the even higher looming citadel of the riders quadrant on the southern ridgeline in the parapet. I got parapet down. Hey, I got fucking parapet down. Parapet? No, I fucked that up too. It's parapet, ain't it? Hey, it's parapet. Is it parapet? No. It's parapet. It's parapet. It's parapet. Parapet. The stone bridge that's about to separate. God damn, this got fucking intense. Fuck, man. I'm struggling now. I'm fucking struggling now. The stone bridge I gotta slow it down. That's my issue, right? It's like I try to do it too fast and I just fuck it up. I gotta slow it down. The stone bridge that's about to separate rider candidates from the cadets over the next few hours. I can't believe I'm about to cross that thing. And to think I've been preparing for scribe's written exam all these years. My voice drips with sarcasm. I should have been playing on a bounce beam. Mira ignores me as the line moves forward and candidates disappear within the doors, through the doors. Don't let the wind sway your steps. 2 candidates ahead of us. A woman sobs as her partner rips her away from a young man. The couple breaking from the line, retreating in tears down the hillside towards the crowd of loved ones lining the roads. There are no other parents ahead of us. Only a few dozen candidates moving toward the roll keepers. Keep your eye on the stones ahead of you, and don't look down. Mira says, the lines of her face tightening. Arms out for bounce. If the pack slips, drop it. Better it falls than you. I look behind us, where it seems hundreds have filed in within the span of minutes. Maybe I should let them go first. I whisper as panics fist my heart. I'm trying to fist somebody's heart. I'm trying to fist somebody's heart. I'm trying to fist somebody's heart and finger their liver. As you say. As panic fists my heart. What the hell am I doing? No, Mira answers. The longer you wait on those steps, she motions towards the tower, the greater your fear has a chance to grow. Cross the parapet before the terror owns you. The line moves. The bell chimes again. It's 8 o'clock. Sure enough, the crowd of thousands behind us has separated fully into their chosen quadrants, all lined up to sign the roll and begin their service. Focus, Mira snaps. I whip my head forward. This might sound harsh, but don't seek friendship in there. Violet, forge alliances. Ah, yes. Forge alliances. There are only 2 ahead of us now. A woman with a full pack, whose high cheekbones and oval face remind me of renderings of Amir, the queen of the gods. Her dark brown hair is worn in several rows of short braids that just touch the equally dark skin of her neck. The second is a muscular blonde man with the woman crying over him. He's carrying an even bigger rucksack. I look around the pair toward the roll keeping desk, and my eyes widen. Is he? I whisper. Mira glances and mutters a curse. A specialist kid? Yep. See that shimmering mark that starts at the top of his wrist? It's a relic from the rebellion. Oh my god, man. I lift my eyebrows in surprise. The only relics I've ever heard of are when a dragon uses magic to mark the skin of their bonded rider. But those relics are a symbol of honor and power, and generally in the shape of a dragon who gifted them. These marks are swirls and slashes and feel more like a warning than a claiming. A dragon did that? I whisper. She nods. Mom says General Meldrin's dragon did it to all of them when he executed their parents. But she wasn't exactly open to further discussions on the topic. Nothing like punishing the kids to deter more parents from committing treason. It seems cruel, but the first rule of living in Bazagaith, fuck it, whatever, we ball. Bazagaith is never question a dragon. They tend to cremate anybody that they find rude. Most of the marked kids who carry rebellion relics are from Tirendor. Of course, but there are a few whose parents turned traitor from the other provinces. The blood's draining from her face, and she grips the straps of my pack, turning me to face her. I just remembered. Her voice drops, and I lean in, my heart jumping at the urgency in her tone. Stay the hell away from Xandern? Xandon? Rheosaur-san. What the fuck are these names, man? What the fuck are these names? I mean, I do be naming characters like this, but fuck, man. Exxon? Oh my god, bro. Xandon. Okay, so I did have it right. Xandon Rheosaur. Yeah, Xandon Rierson. Zayden. Bitch, you said fucking Xandon. I don't know. It just comes out my mouth, Big Pout. What the fuck you talking about? It just comes out my mouth. She confirms, fear lacing her gaze. He's a third year and he will kill you the second he finds out who you are. His father was the great betrayer. He led the rebellion. I say quietly. What is Zayden doing here? All the children of the leaders were conscripted as punishment for their parents' crimes. Mira whispers as we shuffle sideways, moving the line. Oh my god, I gotta sit up, dog. But we're almost done with chapter 1. Moving with the line. Mom told me I gotta learn these names. God, my eyes are so fucking dry, man. It's a good hydrational break. Pinky's out. Pinky's out. All right. Mira whispers as we shuffle sideways, moving with the line. Mom told me that they never expected Ryerson to make it past the parapet. Then they figured a cadet would kill him. But once his dragon chose him, she shakes her head. Well, there's nothing much that can be done then. He's risen to the rank of wingleader. Ooh, wingleader sounds fucking pretty high up. That's bullshit, I seethe. He swore allegiance to Naravi, but I don't think that will stop him where you're concerned. God, man. Breathe. I gotta slow it down. I'm just getting too fast. That's what it is, man. I'm trying to fucking like. Once you get across the parapet, because you will make it across. Find Dane. He'll put you in his squad, and we'll just hope it's far from Rierson. She grips my straps tighter. Stay away from him. Noted. I nod. Next. Fuck. There we go. All right. Next, a voice calls from behind the wooden table that bears the roles of the rider's quadrant. The marked rider, I don't know who is seated next to the scribe, I do. And Captain oh my god. Fitzgibbons. I did it. Silver eyebrows raise over his weathered face. Violent Sorengale. I nod, picking up the quill and signing my life on the next empty line on the roll. But I thought you were meant for the scribe's quadrant. Captain Fitzgibbons says softly. I envy his cream-colored tunic, unable to find the words. General Sorengale chose otherwise. Mira supplies. Sadness fills the older man's eyes. Pity. You had so much promise. By the gods, the rider next to Captain Fitzgibbons says, "You're Mira Sorengale." His jaw drops, and I can smell his hero worshipping from here. I am. She nods. This is my sister, Violet. She'll be a first year if she survives the parapet. Someone behind me snickers. Wind just might blow her right off. What a fucking bitch. What a fucking bitch. excuse me. You fought at just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. You fought at Synthmore. Strengthmore? Fuck it, we ball, whatever. The rider behind the desk says with all. They gave you the order of the Talon for taking out the battery behind enemy lines. The snickering stops. As I was saying, Mira puts her hand at the small of my back. This is my sister, Violet. You know the way. You know the way. The captain nods and points to the open doors into the turret. It looks obnoxiously dark. I'm gonna have to stop here. I'm just fucking. Oh my god. I really want to get to chapter 2 though. Like I really want to get to chapter 2, but I'm just fucking stumbling over my words. And I started out strong though. Let me write this down. I'm on page 51. So that when we come back here next Wednesday, page 51. I can't do it anymore, man. Cause I'm starting to get like fucking, you know, like I'm starting to beat myself up about fucking saying words wrong and stuff like that. So we're at page 51. And we'll get back to this next Wednesday. And then next Wednesday we'll actually try to like finish a chapter a day. You know, it's goals. It's fucking goals, you know? It's fucking goals. But listen, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I'm gonna go put some eye drops in my eyes because I'm a fucking menace. But y'all be good, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. All right, I'm out of here too. Y'all be good. Be safe. Bye-bye.